So if you have any plumbing issues, these guys here, these guys are pretty good. They're not a sponsor. I'm not doing any kind of advertising because they're paying me. This is just from personal experience from them being here repeatedly trying to address the plumbing issues created by the gentleman, the young man, the kid that social services is supposed to be responsible for. They've deemed him not responsible to take care of himself with their mental health. That's easy to do. You can say whatever you want about anyone. Just catch them on the wrong day. Keep intentionally trying to provoke someone, trying to elicit a response. Just trying to piss people off. Like you guys do Dane. There's an interesting story that one little bitch that worked at the Big M told me about how she harassed him and picked on him. I think she's the one that actually got him arrested when he spent 3 months in jail. Because all your kids think it's funny to go by him and scream shit to him that they know is going to hurt him. It hurts him. But they go home and they tell you the stories about, guess what we did to Dean today? And you guys all laugh. I don't think it's funny. I know many people that don't think it's funny. You don't get to treat people like this, Walton. Who the fuck are you dirtbags? Who do you think you are? If you weren't there in the hole that you've been left to rot in Walton, where you think you're so high and mighty and you think you're something, go someplace else. How about that? How about you go hang out someplace else for a while and see if they can pick out the Waltonites? It's easy. You guys are disgusting. Your mentality shows how you treat people. Delaware County, the poorest county in New York State. And you know what I think's funny? All of New York State treats you scumbags like you treat me and my kids. They don't care. Have you caught on yet? They don't care. You've been left to rot, Delaware County. Do it yourself. Isn't that what you tell everybody? I think that's what New York State's letting you do. 40 years behind. Admittedly, your fire department is. Admittedly, it was in the paper, in their own words. Not only are they 40 years behind, they believe that they shouldn't have to catch up, that they should just be able to leave things the way they are. Well, I believe 40 years ago, they figured out there was a better way to do things. And then every year that followed, they found something else and discovered something else. And you're 40 years behind, Delaware County. The way you run your social services, if it was any more old school, I'd swear to God we were living in the 1800s. You don't get to treat people like this. You're not allowed. It's against the law. What is this, an ICE prison? I'm not even an immigrant. Unless you count because I came from Bainbridge. Delaware County, you're the terrorists. You terrorize the poor. You completely and totally understand psychology. You use it against everyone. You did it to Warden. You ignored him. Every cry for help, You ignored him. And it wasn't emotional. It's not because he was unstable. He was fucking sick. He was in the hospital with pneumonia. And you threw all this stuff away. Again, my kids and I stayed in that homeless shelter long enough for us to see you do it to many people. Many. You just rip their lives apart because you can. There's no support in this county whatsoever. None. The churches don't do anything. The agencies that are supposed to don't do anything. Talk to other counties and find out how they treat their poor people. In Otsego County, they're matching food stamps at their farmers markets. But here in Delaware County, if you're poor, oh no, that's the unthinkable. That's the crime. That's the crime. If you're poor, if you're transgendered, if you're from another country, if you have another color, if you have a different religion, nobody here in Delaware County is going to like you. Come live, come hang out, come find out. You don't have to take my word for anything. But you won't. You're all a bunch of fucking lazy pieces of shit. It's much more fun to sit and laugh at everyone than it is to actually help somebody. So if there's anything that I'm thankful to God for, it's that no matter what bullshit you do to us, Delaware County, my kids are still good kids. And they'd still rather help somebody than shit on them. I'm so glad that you people have not rubbed off on my children. Do you know what your children are? Your children are the kid that came out and pulled a knife on my kids in the playground. That's the same kid that runs around threatening to shoot everybody. And I bet he's got a gun at home. I bet his parents have guns. One of the reasons that I took my kids out of Sydney school was because as my daughter was sitting in lunch, some girl ran through the cafeteria with a gun. This was 20-some years ago. You think this can't happen here? There was a school shooting in Walton longer ago than they're behind in the fire department. I think bullying's a problem. What do you think? Isn't that what we've discovered with all those Columbine kids? Bullying is a problem, Walton, Delaware County. Your kids are out of control. So next time there's a school shooting here in Delaware County, like the one in Walton that happened half a decade ago, my fucking kids ain't gonna be there. You're not bullying my kids anymore. My kids aren't your target. Pick some new ones. My son Joseph, my shyest kid of all my kids, basically my only shy one, I got him to join baseball in Walton. And he was still in school. This homeschool thing, I've only been doing it a little over a year. No, my kids are not the stereotypical weirdo homeschool kids. No, my kids went to school. This is new for us. So anyway, he joins the baseball team. First kid to hit the ball all season. And for him, this was an accomplishment. For him to get up there in front of all those kids. And do you know what every single person did? Ignored him. Because he wasn't part of their little groups. The little clubs they got going on in Walton. This is why all the kids are given trophies now, so they all feel included. Which I find to be bullshit. But I guess that's the only way some kids get to get recognized and get to get acknowledged. If that was anybody else's kid, there would have been an uproar in the stands. I'm not going to let you forget what you did to my kids. Any of you. No, I'm not leaving the past in the past. I'm not going to your fucking counseling. I don't have to. I'm writing a book. And that requires me to go over my past. Sucks for you. I'm also getting a lawyer. I don't know how. I don't know where they're coming from, but I'm getting one. It's happening. I hope poverty's contagious, and I hope you all caught it. I hope it's more contagious than COVID. I hope it's infectious, like human excrement. I hope y'all got it. What are you gonna do? Send me to mental health? For being honest about my feelings? For wishing upon you to be covered in the human excrement that we were? You stupid fucks. It's not even possible. But you can try to twist us into something it's not and tell everyone how I'm a terrorist, because I terrorize you with the truth. When I went to UHS and that goddamn fucking bitch comes in the room and tells me, "You're not gonna hurt us with your words. You sit down and shut up." No, you cross-eyed bitch. You fucking inbred piece of shit. You sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. I will hurt you with my words. Yeah, it's called my testimony for my lawyer. I will. I'm going to. It's going to keep happening. I want my money. Cindy, I went to you for years telling you my back. I have gone to UHS. I've only used UHS doctors my whole life. And I've told you the whole time my back hurts. Then it was working into my shoulder. My hip's always been an issue. Then I got working into my neck. And what'd you do, Cindy? You labeled me a drug seeker because somebody in your lab can't keep their shit straight, which is what CPS Dave was told, but you still won't fix it. The positive meth test. Are you fucking kidding me? You bimbo. Every single time I went in to see you, you had to go to that book, look up the medicine, look up this. You don't even know what you're doing. I told you my back hurts. I also told you I was hit by a car by social services. I've told you everyone the whole time, but you ignored me. Ignored that fact like it didn't exist. Cindy Cantwell, I'm suing you.
You know you guys are leaking into the apartment downstairs, right?
The owners know. They've had the...
I don't know, it's just leaking. It's like...
You got to tell the owner, the plumbers just left. They thought they had it fixed. It's the plumbers just left,
He's calling
so he needs to tell them that it's not fixed yet. We're not doing anything up here. I don't know where the water's coming from. The plumber was just here for like 2 hours.
See you later.
Okay. It's still leaking.